So, what is the onboarding process for a new hire of your content production team? As you may already know, this is extremely important if you want to make sure that that new hire is going to be plugged into your current team successfully. And I also wanted to say that this video is actually a sequence of a previous video on how to properly outsource video editing, right? So how to find the right candidate, how to select it, the structure, all of the pre-hiring work. So I highly encourage you to go watch that video if you haven't. It's going to be linked somewhere here at the top. So yeah, anyway, let's get straight to it. By the way, welcome, my name is Juan. I'm actually the founder of Hex Studio, and we are a YouTube management agency that works with coaches and entrepreneurs to help them grow on YouTube specifically. But anyway, back to the video. So first, I do want to say that you can hire the best editor with the best skills, with the best attitude, the best speed, the perfect candidate in every sense. But if the onboarding process that you currently have is not solid, it's not going to be a successful hire. So in this area, my suggestions are first, outlining your onboarding process. With this, I mean, just try to reverse engineer what will a team member expect from you in order to fulfill whatever is it that you're expecting from him, right? So I think that's definitely something crucial to do. Actually, that's exactly what we do within our agency. I'll be probably putting some footage here on the screen on what's specifically our onboarding process so that you guys can take reference. But we do a lot of things, right? We just want to make sure that that person that we hire is actually the perfect fit for that role. And yeah, some of the things that we do is that we send them a warm welcome with a form that is just some positive reinforcement and actually showing gratitude to that person for joining our team, right? Besides that, we use an onboarding document which outlines the main things that we expect from them, the main things what are the first steps that they need to take in order to start with the work. What is kind of the DNA of our agency, so mission, vision, kind of our values. And I know this might sound super generic, super fluffy, but it's definitely extremely important because I heard this quote that I really like, and it's that your company literally is a reflection of who you are as a person. If you're organized, that's what your company is going to showcase, to demonstrate, and that applies for also not only strengths but also weaknesses, right? So if we can just establish right out of the gate what are those core principles that we want our company to behave, it's going to be much more likely that we are actually going to be achieving that, right? So that's definitely something important, the onboarding document. Besides that, I actually send automatically through Zapier a reinforcement quiz regarding that onboarding form. So besides the reinforcement with the quiz, the onboarding document, the welcome form, we also do the onboarding for the basic apps that we use, right? So for example, in our case, Google Drive for file management, Asana for project management, and Slack for communication. So all of that. And besides that, there's actually something that is crucial as well, that is that one-on-one support. Now, I understand that most of you guys are extremely busy running your businesses and probably are not going to be able to provide all of that support one-on-one on calls. But if you already have maybe a virtual assistant that is already trained, or you have someone else on your team that can do that type of provide that type of assistant, that's huge. Just to make sure that they actually, the new person that you hire, have all of the tools that they need, all of the information they need, everything is clear regarding what is expected from them, and just to make sure that they are actually enjoying their work, understanding things, understanding the dynamics, and it's going to be much more better for you in terms of doing that onboarding process smooth. So that's one of the first things that I wanted to address. The second thing is actually something specific within the previous step that I mentioned regarding having outlined that onboarding process, and it's the onboarding document. Definitely guys, I strongly suggest you to do an onboarding document. Again, the level of complexity and in-depth explanation depends on what is it that you're looking for right now and what's your stage. But if you can put just an onboarding document, again, in my case, I'll probably be showing this to you as well. It's just a reinforcement of who we are as a company, what are the things that we believe in, what's our vision, mission, what's our DNA, what are the values that we are following every day throughout our actions, what are the expectations that we have on the new team members, what are the first steps that they need to take. For example, downloading certain apps, for example LastPass, Asana, a walkthrough maybe also for Slack, a walkthrough maybe also for Google Drive.
Well, how's it going, guys? This is going to be a very quick walkthrough on how to use Asana. Hey, how's it going, guys? Again, this is going to be another quick walkthrough to our Slack workspace.
So the onboarding document, definitely something that I would recommend you to do. Also, what we like to put in the onboarding document are also like our standard operating procedures. So we don't put them like all there, but we do put like a section where we mention what's that about, and we put the link where like the new hire can go and like see and read all of our standard operating procedures, right? So we have like a lot of pages, like 40 pages at this stage. We don't make them, of course, like read all of that, just the SOPs that are related specifically to the role that we are hiring. And the purpose of it is just more for them to know that they are actually like have that extra support in case that at some point they may have like any question. They probably can just go to that like wiki, SOP, see the answer, and if they need any more like further assistance, they can just reach out to, in my case, the project manager, but whatever that person might be in your company, right? So definitely something important. Besides that, of course, like the daily, like our daily operations walkthrough, so how like all of our software that we use integrate into our operations. And the important thing is that you guys understand like what's the like actually reasoning behind an onboarding process, so that you can just customize it for your specific scenario, right? So definitely that's something extremely important as well for the onboarding of a new team member. And the third thing that is actually also something that is kind of like related to the first item is making sure that we have like a section that contemplates that extra support and assistance that the new hire will need, right? So that depends on your time, depends on the size of your team, of course, but providing at least a couple of like 101 sessions or calls where you guys can go over the main challenges that your new hire might be facing, the things that they already understood, answering and clarifying any questions that you may have. That will make the onboarding process so much smoother. I personally prefer to do it like on calls, but besides that, if you don't have much time, maybe using Loom, not super ideal, but it's something. Maybe checking in with them at least 2-3 times per week. So that's definitely something that will help your new team member to feel like that extra support, to feel that they can reach out to you or whoever that person might be within your organization for extra assistance, and they are going to be able to perform a much better job, right? So anyway, those are some of the main things that I have found valuable within my organization. Hopefully this video was valuable for you. Hopefully you are going to be able to implement some of that for your own team when you start to create it. And yeah, see you on the next one. Bye bye.